Hello, my name is LukeFritz, and this is my game pitch for Project Portfolio 5. Have you ever wanted to play a game where your strategical placements not only affected the outcome of the game, but the difficulty and enemies that followed? Well, in the first defense versus the last assault, you can. The player in the game oversees a 2D battlefield that starts off as a tower defense game and then converts to a platform side-scroller upon completion. It can be compared to other tower defense games such as Flash Element TD and other platforming side-scrollers like Mario, but what separates my game from theirs is that it combines the two, with enemies and obstacles of the side-scroller being determined by the tower placements of the player. The gameplay of the tower defense phase is similar to the general designs of other tower defense games. The player builds whatever towers where before the start of the first wave with his starting currency, then builds and upgrades more as he defeats multiple enemy AI wave by wave. Upon completion of the tower defense, the player then takes control of a character that he can run and jump with through the level. Should the player touch anything that causes damage, the character dies, and the player takes control of another character at the start of the level. The player is only given 3 tries, and the game is lost after the third death. The goal of this game is the same as the comparisons. Stop all incoming waves during the tower defense phase, then make it to the end of the level during the platforming side-scroller phase. There are multiple themes that this game could take. It could be a medieval game with archer towers against knights, laser turrets against robots, or even modern-day survivors versus zombies. I do have some ideas, but I wish to go over it with my team first to see what best suits them. As far as the anti-force, there are different types of enemies that come during the oncoming wave, followed by the hazardous obstacles from the player's tower placements. When it comes to risk, I really need to pick a theme with my team as soon as we get started, because this will require us to create multiple enemies, multiple towers, and multiple levels. I imagine at least 4 types of enemies that come during the wave of the tower defense phase, while the player is also allowed to build 3 different types of towers of 3 different varieties with at least 3 different upgrades for each tower. This of course will also require us to follow up by building a tower of equal proportion for the side-scroller game for the obstacles that are to come. So to generally sum up the very biggest risk, this is like creating 2 games in one, with multiple enemies and multiple towers.